Aloha. So I haven't done a video in a while. I was on the mainland for a couple months. Um, and I have a beard, mostly due to laziness. I have a couple videos I'd like to make. There's been a lot of um, new energy coming onto the planet, which means a lot more perspectives to unlock, a lot more things that are possible. So I just want to share this one thing uh, that I've been working on, and I don't know if anyone else has been working on it, but if you haven't, you could try it, and if you have, please definitely leave some comments. I'd love to hear about what you're doing. So for a while, the different things I've been studying, they they generally say that how you see the world dictates the world you see around you, and that's been one thing that I've studied for a long time, 10 years. There's different people that aggravate you, things that aggravate you, and I would always throw myself into situations with things I didn't like in order to perceive them differently. So go into them with the intention of looking at them in different ways. So doing this for a long time, I felt like I've unlocked a shortcut. Or maybe I just took the long way around in the first place. Either way, it was a good path. So what I found is that your eyes dictate the dimension that you're in, the reality you're in. So you can shift dimensions and thus shift to different versions of everything you're interacting with, right? So I was in a pretty big car accident, head-on collision when I was on the mainland. Going about 70, I was driving, and it was just a perfect opportunity for me to use some of the stuff I've been working on in a situation where reacting is almost the only thing you can do. So what happened was we ended up hitting the car head on. It was in the wrong lane, and instantly the airbags went off and car spun around. It's like the inside of the car exploded. Regardless, I thought that we were dead, so when I was able to open my eyes and move, I saw that energetically it was possible for a lot of injury to be sustained by me and my partner. But like with anything, stubbing your toe or anything, the amount of indulgence you take into it affects it dramatically, how much energy gets exchanged with your energy. So what I did was instantly, once the car hit, I had worked enough with myself that my natural reaction was to instantly ground my energy, and before I even knew if my partner was alive or not, just ground my energy and look for what the positive thing that was going to come out of this was. So that's a hard thing to do when the car basically is exploded on the inside. It's about to start on fire. It's crazy. But it's good. It's the best thing you can do. So I did that, and it changed instantly from a path of fear to one where I was like, okay, cool. What's going to happen? Why would this happen? I was driving well. The circumstances seemed to have presented themselves in a way that was unavoidable. So if it's unavoidable, that means I signed up for it. And if I signed up for it, that means the only freedom I get is the freedom to choose how I react to it. So it happened, right? So I look over to my partner, and she's all like, I don't know how I'm doing. I don't know if I'm okay. She goes, lays down on the ground. I get her out of the car. And we didn't know. I just got her laughing, grounded her energy, and just started talking to her about switching her perspective so this energy wouldn't stick. Because I did see that we had the possibility to die in the car accident had we not been in the state of mind we were in before it happened. So we worked on it for only about 3 minutes, and then we got to the point where we were both laughing. The car's like on the side of the road. There's people. It's nighttime. It's crazy. It was crazy. But everyone turned out to be okay, and we ended up getting a bunch of money because of it. And nothing negative happened. I was driving my sister's car. She got a bunch of money, so she got a brand new car. We got a bunch of money. And it was all basically just because instantly when something happens, focus on the perspective of why is this happening? What is the best way I can perceive it? And see it as exciting, you know? So a little trick to that is what I was initially talking about. So what you can do is it's all in your eyes, right? So I'll show you as I switch dimensions, actually switch dimensions. Think of it this way. None of this stuff that's physical is solid, right? So when you're clairvoyant, you can see the energy of everything waving. I have my computer in front of me. Here's my hand. So everything kind of waves like this when you focus on the fact that it's not solid. It's energy in motion. Stardust. So if you focus on it and you see that it's not solid, you can see that there is almost like an energetic wire, like an etch-a-sketch wire that's connected with everything, running through everything, right? So the way you see the world, switches that wire to that reality also. And then the outward appearance of each thing will shift if you can hold it. So I've had a lot of questions about certain problems, emotions, everything. Just understand that the path involves feeling anything other than what your reaction is, and doing it over and over and over to the point where you get to choose your reaction in every situation. Thus, choose the way that you see the world at all times. And then you'll stop choosing what you want to experience, hoping that you'll get a certain reaction out of yourself. And instead, you'll just choose to feel the way you want to feel, and will totally disregard the world as far as having ambition or wanting to do anything in an egoic way. Because once you get past the ego, then it's really the fun starts, because it's a game, and you can switch it by switching the way you feel. So if you can watch my eyes, and I'll switch between dimensions and show you what I mean. So what happens is you can control reality through the eyes, right? So I went to Disney World while I was gone, and I saw when I was in Disney World that my 10-year-old self had had the most excitement it had ever had in its life up until that point, and maybe in my whole life, at Disney World. So when I walked back into Disney World, I saw that that part of myself was still there, and that energy was still there. So I matched it. And when I matched it, I unlocked a save point, so to speak, where I remember what that frequency feels like. So now, as many times as I can remember per day, and when anything significant happens, so to speak, I will instantly go back to that frequency. And I do this by changing my eyes. So let's say someone's talking and you're like this, right? You can see by my facial expression what reality I'm in. Just a little judgment, some impatience, some annoyance. And as I look at these things, whoever I'm looking at, I'm seeing that version of them that is bothersome, annoying, reflecting back to me what state of being I'm in, right? So that's how it works. Whatever state of being you're in, whatever you see will reflect back to you where you're at. So you can change it. So instead of worried about how you feel, change it. It doesn't matter how you feel. How you feel is just an indication of how far out of alignment you are with how your spirit feels. If you feel badly, it means that your spirit feels very different. And if you feel good, it means you're in alignment with how your spirit is seeing a situation. So you can take things from this, right? And it might take a couple steps. But find something from your childhood where you had a lot of joy, or something now, and then just switch. So as I switch, you might have to move your eyes a little to get them used to it. You can see that as I look at the world differently, I'm looking at this video differently. And a good shortcut to being able to perceive things as if they're really super exciting, it's going to be awesome, is one like I talked about, using death as an advisor, where you might die tonight. So how do you want to experience this last day? You're always going to want to experience it really well. Or you can experience it in the sense of spirit is showing itself to you right in front of you. If you're excited about it, you're going to be able to catch it. So everyone who's talking, everything that's going on, every car that passes, every day at work, if you see it that way, magic will happen and miracles will happen. And you'll be really excited. So give it a try. Have fun. Aloha.